Excuse me, what do you think about computers?
We're terrified of them.
Well, I think they're very wonderful. For years now, we went to calculators, and now we've got computers, which are the thing of the age, aren't they? They help us to do more things more efficiently and quickly. I think they're here to stay, definitely.
Well, I think they'll be all right. I think they'll improve things and make a lot of difference, I think, when we get them going, all right?
We haven't got one, and we must fly. We're going to West End.
Thank you. We now tend, in some respects, to be ruled by them. Whereas before I could ring somebody up and get an answer straight away, I'd say it's in the computer and you've got to wait till the answer comes out.
This plastic society we live in, man, it needs a scapegoat. It goes to computers. Yeah, like wild.
Computers? What are they?
Well, I personally believe that we're on the verge of a revolution in the conditions of human life that's going to make the Industrial Revolution seem completely trivial by comparison. This revolution, I think, is going to be brought about by computers.
This is a computer. At the moment, it is doing absolutely nothing. But in a few seconds, a steel bar will approach hot from the mill. No one knows its exact length. With these photocells, the computer will measure the length precisely. Then it will run through a list of the 61 customers who have ordered this bar in various lengths, and will determine the best way to cut it to leave no waste. This fairly minor computer saves its owners about £100,000 per year. This computer is busy. It is controlling a check reader sorter. On this day, there are more than 1 million checks to be dealt with, and each machine handles 25 checks a second. The computer will note the branch number, the account number, the serial number, and the amount of each check. And it will calculate totals, cross totals, and balances for each of thousands of branches. The banks are so busy nowadays that without computers, their work would never get done. This computer contains a mass of information. Its memory holds all the details of all the flights of a great airline for 1 year ahead. The computer is in London, but a web of communications connects it to remote terminals across the world.
Have your seat to New York at about 11 o'clock on the 12th.
I'll check for you. Just a second. Yes, sir, we do have seats available.
Without the computer, this airline would have more empty seats, and passengers would get a slower and less convenient service.
Fine, Mr. Barton. Your flight is confirmed, also your hotel accommodation, and we have requested a vegetarian meal on board for you.
Thank you very much.
This computer is comparing blood samples with a standard. At this instant, it is studying Doreen Smith. She's been feeling below par for no reason the doctor can discover, so she was given a complete check by auto-analytical techniques controlled and analyzed by the computer. A computer can compare scores of readings with hundreds of different combinations of symptoms to detect any indication of a latent disease. If Doreen has something wrong, the computer will recognize its early stages. This gives her doctor a much better chance of curing her. 4 different computers doing 4 quite different jobs. Controlling steel cutting, keeping records of flights, calculating bank balances, making deductions about latent disease. Each computer is dealing with facts and figures. Each one, in quite different ways, is processing information. In fact, any one of the computers could have done any one of the jobs. Computers are general-purpose machines which handle information. Information. A child is born. A tree is felled. A pocket is empty. A check paid. A choice is made. And so on and on. Every fact about the world is information. It can be handled by computers as long as it can be numbers. 38, 22, 26. Any profile, Any shape, any fact, or any theory about the material world can be exactly described by sets of numbers. The number system that humans use is based on 10, because long ago people found their 10 fingers the easiest way of counting. Computers work by electricity. They can be designed to count by using 10 levels of electric current. But the difference between each level is slight. Much more clear-cut is a simple off or on. Motors use lots of on-off circuits as a way of representing numbers. A single lamp can represent 1 when it is on and 0 when it is off. With 2 lamps, the one on the right stands for 1s, the one on the left for 2s, and numbers of up to 3 can be represented. 1, 2, 2 plus 1, making 3. With another lamp standing for 4s, you can count to 7. 4 plus 1, 5. 4 plus 2, 6. 4 plus 2 plus 1, 7. Each digit to the left is twice the previous one. So on, off, on represents 8 plus 2 plus 1, 11. You can use as many lamps as you like, so any number can be handled. With 20 lamps, you can represent all the numbers up to 1,000,000. With 30 lamps, over 250 million. This is a convenient way of counting for electrical machines like computers. Adding by electricity is easy. It can be done by a simple circuit with one double switch and one single one. The lamps will show the answer in binary digits, 1 on the right, 2 on the left. The switches are marked 0 in one position and 1 in the other. 0 plus 0 equals 0, so the lamps don't light. 0 plus 1, and the lamp shows 1. 1 plus 0, again 1. 1 plus 1, 2. The same circuit can subtract. 2 take away 1, answer 1. This kind of arithmetic is called binary. With modern materials, the same circuits can be made in microscopic sizes. This tiny slice of silicon contains hundreds of complete circuits. Each circuit is individually tested before it is ready for installing in the computer. Wiring these logic elements is one of the biggest problems. Computers don't have just 1 or 2 logic elements. They have thousands or tens of thousands, which is why modern computers can solve very large and complicated problems.
Computers may be wonderful, but they're a great big black box. I don't know how you get sense into them or out of them, for that matter.
It isn't helpful to think of the computer as a single mysterious black box. If anything, it is 5 black boxes, intricately connected together. First, the input. All the information the computer requires is fed in here. At the other end is the output. Through this, the computer delivers the results of its calculations. An arithmetic unit, or logic unit, does the actual calculation. The memory, or store, contains all the information the computer needs to solve the particular problem. Finally, the control unit, which keeps all the other parts working in the proper sequence. These black boxes, in fact, are never black. Most manufacturers have their individual color schemes.